Welcome back, Trevor. You are back with us here.
Yes, I am.
We missed you Sunday, but you are here with us now.
Yeah. Did Jerry bring on a reptile from our place?
Jerry did not. He did not. He didn't have any tricks with him in the book.
Wow.
He just didn't. It's just not everybody can be like you.
Yeah, I just found that guy in my backyard.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. You found a Komodo dragon in the village of Cassopolis.
Apparently, there's an infestation. Did you see? There's a picture of a jungle cat in Edwardsburg.
Dude. That whole Facebook thing is fake.
Do you think is it fake?
No, it is fake. They had everybody thinking like 2 weeks ago Wendy's was going into Edwardsburg.
that would cause some problems with me.
Have you seen that page? It's all fake stuff. They get whoever runs it is hilarious.
To be fair,
there
was like a Burmese python in their village hall ceiling.
Oh, look, there are like cougars and big cats around, without a doubt. I mean,
it was like a puma.
That is a fact. Creepy Photo says, welcome back. Creepy Photo as well. No, that's a fact. I mean, look, you had the Brandywine Bobcats, you have the Marcellus Wildcats.
The Three Rivers Wildcats?
Yeah, the Three Rivers Wildcats, even though their color is purple.
What's that all about?
I don't know. The purple, Kansas State's logo. Commitment is the key, boys. Mainstream very soon. Love the work. Keep it up.
What's mainstream mean?
Like
mainstream.
We're gonna be like big time.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice. And we are in the Michigan locker room. That is a fact.
That is true.
We were told F the haters. But yeah, I mean, I saw that too of a Jaguar. We will be speaking of the Jaguars down in Florida later on. But here we go. Lost to Niles 49-0. They're cooked. Don't talk about TR.
Yeah.
See, they don't say Three Rivers. They say TR. They think they're real cool.
That's just how they roll.
Real TR-ish. But Trevor, we do start with some breaking news out of the NBA. Of course, LeBron is, of course, a Hennessy guy. Who shocked? Am I shocked? That's the news we have, right? He made the decision. He's a Hennessy guy. He's big time, this and that. No, actually, LeBron is out 3 to 4 weeks due to sciatica on his right side.
Yeah.
He will miss the start of the season. I think this is like year 23. LeBron James will not be suiting up for the Lakers when they open the season. I don't even know who they open up against. I haven't even really been concerned with the NBA season, to be honest.
No, I mean, it's kind of like baseball. When baseball starts, you don't really care until like October. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't care. I'll check in around the All-Star breaks. They'll do another terrible dunk contest.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really get into like NBA to like Christmas. I'll maybe like take a drive by, and then I'll figure it out from there. It looks like opening night is Tuesday, October 21st. The Rockets Thunder, 7:30 on NBC/Peacock, and then of course Warriors Lakers later on that night on NBC and Peacock.
So LeBron will not be there.
Which it'll be close. I mean, what are we talking about here? It's still 2 weeks out. Like this guy.
Yeah, he's got some time.
He acts like he's 40 or something.
Yeah.
Like he's not that old. But LeBron will not be there on the sideline he'll be there on the sidelines, but he will not be on the court officially playing for the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, it could be LeBron's last year, to be honest with you.
That's what I was going to ask you. How much longer do you think he's got?
I think
what's the maximum?
Maybe this year and next year, but I honestly feel like this year is probably the last year. I think the 23 seasons, I think that's what it is. I think he'll come around to take 23 will be his last. I mean, what else does he have to give? The Lakers aren't winning anytime soon, even with him and Luka, to be honest. Like, let's be honest here. So what else do you have to give to the sport? I mean, you got other things you want to do. I think it's time for him just to be,
Yeah.
What else do I have to give to the sport? I honestly think like he's proved his point. He's played super. It's like Tom Brady at this point. You proved your point. You can play super long. Your longevity. You have, the scoring record. Like, you've been to 10 NBA finals. You've won, 4. I mean, you don't have anything else to prove.
I feel like they would make a bigger deal out of it. Like you would say before the season started, hey,
I would have thought too, but I don't know. I mean,
sciatica sounds like
maybe
a
he could.
very old person problem.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he could. I mean, there's still a couple weeks away
That's what
before
I was
that.
thinking too. Maybe in the next
Um,
couple of weeks we could get that.
you know, I don't know. I mean, he did the decision thing, trying to be goofy with the Hennessy thing. People, for some reason, bought into. He was like, "What are you talking about? Like, that's so dumb." He got ripped for the decision in the first place. So why is he gonna? You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna do that again. If anything, he just hold a press conference, big, hey, I'm done. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you don't have anything else to give. It's like Tom Brady. You have nothing else to give to the sport. You're not going to win a championship anytime soon. It's time. You got Bron in the league. You played with him. Like, you did that.
Yeah,
Do you really want to go through more than just this next season? I don't know. Maybe he does. I just, to me, it's like basketball can't be your entire life. Move on. I'd want to be done with it. 23 years. You had your run. You've done
yeah.
everything you could.
He's like a
Um,
freaking billionaire now.
yeah, I mean, you're a billionaire. You've done everything. You got all these other aspirations you want to do. Creepy photo says next 2 year job between LA Mavs. Who we taking? Um, like, who do I want to coach, or who do I think is going to be better in the next 2 years?
I don't know what he means.
I'm going to go with in the next 2 years. I think the Mavericks will be better.
Oh, because of the trade.
Well, yeah, but I just think the Mavericks have a better roster construction if you're looking at the Lakers.
Yeah,
And
I like Kyrie.
LeBron is 40 years old and has a sciatic on his right side.
I think I would rather have Kyrie, Anthony Davis, and Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Cooper Flag is what really pushes it over, and the
and
Mavs
Klay
got
Thompson.
and Klay Thompson. The Mavs got so lucky with that lottery.
You have to coach these next two though.
Okay, so he's saying,
I'd much rather be the Mavs coach the next 2 years. I'd much rather be Jason Kidd and JJ Redick.
yeah, I would. I think it's possible that the Mavs could win this year. But I think it's more likely next year that they'll win over the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, I just think they're a better constructed team. You know, Klay Thompson, the big men they have. So I mean, the Lakers are talked about because they're the Lakers.
Yeah.
If we were realistic about them, we'd be like, this team barely makes the playoffs, probably.
Yeah, if they were in Cleveland.
Yeah, no one would talk about them, right? But they're the Lakers. They have LeBron. They have Luka. We'll see how that goes. LeBron's going to be out to start the season. See how long that takes. So yeah, LeBron James out 3 to 4 weeks due to sciatica on his right side. So he'll miss the start of the season. We'll see how that goes from there. Other news, Trevor, Joe Flacco stays in the state of Ohio, but trade.
That's a kind of. I didn't think about that.
To the Bengals. I don't know. I think it's like I don't even know. It's like a 4-hour drive, maybe.
That's what I was looking up right now.
From Cleveland to Cincinnati. I don't know much about the state of Ohio. I don't care to go there. I look down upon
almost
that state.
4 hours.
You know, the joke in Michigan is no one buys a second house in Ohio.
That's
which
right.
is a fact. Why would you ever want to go to that state?
He is going from one side. He's going from the
like
northeast to the southwest.
Like the southwest, yes, of course. Cincinnati's almost in Kentucky. They border there. They touch there. You have a lot of Kentucky people that live in Kentucky that are Cincinnati fans for everything. It's right around there. Yeah, I mean, look, I think this trade is weirder based off of just they did a trade together, and Kevin Stefanski didn't know anything about it, the coach for the Browns. So I don't know what's going on there. The whole fascination with the Browns is just because they have Shador and Dylan Gabriel, and I think Shador is still the third string quarterback. They picked up somebody else to be the backup, which, I mean, that makes sense. You're starting a rookie quarterback. I wouldn't want a rookie to back up. I mean, it's just the whole thing is goofy. But the Bengals they get Joe Flacco, which we think is an upgrade from Jake Browning. But my biggest problem is Joe Flacco's older than Jake Browning, and the offensive line is still the offensive line.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's going to die.
It's a great possibility. I mean, he may get a couple of throws in, but
I'm worried about his safety.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Browns, you do the trade because, I mean, you gave up Flacco and a 6th rounder, and you gained a 5th rounder. So you kind of went up in draft capital. So, yeah, I mean, if you're the Browns, look, this year's kind of a wash. You're trying to figure out if you have a quarterback, if you don't have a quarterback, trying to be competitive, maybe not. Kevin Stefanski's still trying to keep for his job, which he's a really good coach. I think if he were to leave, anybody would pick him up. You're the Bengals. You're trying to show to your fans, hey, we tried. We did something, but it's not going to matter much, I don't think. In the long run, they're kind of washing this season. Zach Taylor's still the coach, so, I mean, nothing's going to change there.
Well, it kind of blows my mind, and I wish we could go back like 15 years ago and look at all the quarterbacks and go, who do you think is going to play almost 20 years in the NFL and start in his 17th season?
Yeah,
I highly doubt anyone would go Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
He's kind of just gotten the perfect situation every time he's gone somewhere, where the starter gets hurt, or he's got a young guy that gets drafted with him. I'm trying to think who was in that 2008 class.
All right, so I just looked up ChatGPT. The starting quarterbacks in 2009 in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I have them. Joe Flacco was with the Ravens. Trent Edwards, later Ryan Fitzpatrick, was with the Bills. Carson Palmer was still the quarterback for the Bengals. Brady Quinn and Derek Anderson for the Browns.
God.
Kyle Orton for the Broncos.
Oh my gosh.
Matt Schaub for the Texans.
This is so nostalgic.
Peyton Manning for the Colts. David Garrard for the Jaguars.
Oh my gosh.
Matt Castle for the Chiefs.
Oh wow.
Chad Henne after the Chad Pennington injury for the Dolphins.
Oh my god.
That was right around the same time they did the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Of course, the Patriots was Tom Brady.
Yep.
Mark Sanchez was a rookie. Speaking of Mark Sanchez, it's the only time we'll mention his name. Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my god.
For the Raiders, and then later Bruce Gradkowski. I remember that guy. The Steelers was Big Ben. The Chargers, Phillip Rivers, and the Tennessee Titans were Kerry Collins / Vince Young.
Bro, and Joe Flacco he's the only one. Yeah, he's the only one that's still hanging out there.
Well, I mean, Tom would still be playing if it was up to Tom. I mean,
yeah. I mean, honestly, would you rather have Tom Brady right now or Joe Flacco?
Oh, Tom Brady. Give me Tom Brady. That's not even a question. I know what I'm getting at, though. As long as you can keep him stood up in the pocket, he's fine. All right, let's go to the NFC side real quick. Kurt Warner for the Cardinals. The Falcons was Matt Ryan. Jake Delhomme for the Panthers. Jay Cutler was in his first year with the Bears.
Oh my gosh.
The Cowboys was Tony Romo. Stafford was a rookie.
Oh, okay.
For the Lions.
Stafford's in there.
Aaron Rodgers, that was his second year as a starter for the Patriots or the Packers. Brett Favre was in his first year in Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
Drew Brees with the Saints. Eli with the Giants. Donovan McNabb with your Eagles.
Wow.
The 49ers was Alex Smith / Sean Hill. Matt Hasselbeck was the starter with the Seahawks. The Rams had Mark Bolger. Josh Freeman was his rookie. That was his rookie year with the Bucks. And then with Washington Redskins was Jason Campbell.
Yeah, that is blowing my mind right now.
So 15 years, there's only 3 guys who are still currently in the league and starters. They're still currently all in the league and starters. That would be Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, and Joe Flacco.
Dude, yeah, okay, so even right there. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I mean, Joe Flacco was serviceable.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing is some of these Brady Quinn is the same age as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Going Mark Sanchez should still be in the league if you think about it.
Yeah.
Vince Young would be pushing 40 at this point, I think. Matt Ryan is well past that.
Yep.
Alex Smith may still be playing if he would have never gotten injured. No one really knows. He'd be 40. He'd be 40 at that time. But yeah, I mean, Josh Freeman, maybe. I mean, if he was still healthy or was still good, he'd be in the league. But
dude, this is crazy.
yeah, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, Joe Flacco's really outlived a lot of people. I think he came in the league like 2007, I want to say.
2008, I looked it up.
2008.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
That is so crazy. That's so crazy to think about. And think about the two guys he's with, like, still left. Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers, yeah.
Like, those dudes, there's an argument.
Those are Hall of Famers.
Yeah, they're
top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
You're right. Yeah, Matthew Stafford, just based off of his arm, both of those guys, based off their arms,
yeah,
like unreal. Both of those dudes to this day are throwing passes that are like you could just watch them all day.
Yeah.
And then for Joe Flacco, which I mean, like Joe Flacco, when they won the Super Bowl against the 49ers, he was good. Yeah, but I mean, at that time, you'd probably take, I don't know, 10 of those guys over him.
Yeah. What year did they win the Super Bowl?
2012, 13.
Yeah, I mean,
I was living in this house, so 12.
Super Bowl, that would have been the 2013 year in 2013 is when they played. So that'd been the 2012
2013.
Season.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at that time, I mean, I remember like after he won the Super Bowl, it's like, is he elite? Do you pay him?
Yeah,
money?
I do remember that. Yeah. Yeah, that's so crazy. Kaepernick, dude. He outlasted Kaepernick.
Yeah, I mean, some would say there's reasons for that, but yeah, I mean, all right, yeah. So I mean, Joe Flacco. If you look back at 2012, so Ryan Fitzpatrick was still with the Bills. Andy Dalton was with the Bengals at that time. Brandon Weeden was with the Browns. Peyton Manning was in his first year with the Broncos. Matt Schaub was still with the Texans. Rookie Andrew Luck, Blaine Gabbert / Chad Henne.
Andrew Luck. He made it past it. Isn't that crazy?
Matt Castle, Brady Quinn with the Chiefs. Ryan Tannehill was a rookie with the Dolphins. Tom Brady, of course, Mark Sanchez with some wildcat snaps from Tim Tebow that year with the Jets. Carson Palmer's with the Raiders. Steelers and Big Ben. Phillip Rivers with the Chargers. Jake Locker and Matt Hasselbeck with the Titans. Kevin Kolb with the Cardinals.
Oh, Kevin Kolb, dude.
With John Skelton. Matt Ryan for the Falcons. Cam Newton for the Panthers. Jay Cutler with the Bears. Romo with the Cowboys. Stafford Lions.
Oh,
Rodgers with the Packers. Vikings was Christian Ponder. Drew Brees Saints. Eli Giants. Michael Vick / Nick Foles rookie Eagles.
Oh my gosh.
49ers was Alex Smith / Colin Kaepernick took over that season. Russell Wilson was a rookie. Sam Bradford was with the Rams. Josh Freeman was with the Buccaneers. And Robert Griffin III was a rookie with the Washington Redskins.
Dude, he has made it past so many of those guys. They were drafted after him.
Yeah.
And retired
years after him.
Yeah.
Like 4 years after him.
Cam Newton, bro.
Yeah, Cam Newton, Robert Griffin III. Russell Wilson is still playing. Christian Ponder, Cam Newton. Let me look here. Ryan Tannehill, Andrew Luck.
The Cam Newton, Andrew Luck ones are insane, bro.
Brandon Weeden was a rookie, but he was like 28 when he came in the league, so that doesn't really count. Yeah, I mean it is nuts. But when you
got drafted, gosh, man, that's
you look back. I mean, like, okay, you would take Peyton Manning over him at the time.
Yep.
Andrew Luck, I think anybody would have taken him over him. Tom Brady.
Yep.
Big Ben.
Yep.
Phillip Rivers.
Yes.
Matt Ryan was probably a toss-up back then.
Yeah.
Cam Newton. Everybody would have taken Cam. Tony Romo, probably a toss-up.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Drew Brees.
Yes.
Eli, maybe.
We'll give it for the sake of the argument.
Colin Kaepernick. He beat Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl, so some people would probably argue Joe Flacco.
We'll do it for the argument.
Russell Wilson was a really good rookie. And then you have Robert Griffin III. So at that time, he was probably viewed as like maybe the 10th or 11th quarterback.
Dude, you just named over 10 quarterbacks.
At the time, he was behind, and he's outlived like some of these
guys.
Dude,
this is crazy.
It is.
I've never, because I was like, he's probably older or younger than I think he is. Like
No,
I was
he's
like,
like he's
maybe the
got what is he like
Ravens.
38 or something?
He's 40.
He's 40 years old exactly.
Yeah, yes.
Dude, that is nuts.
He's 40, bro.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, so like Brady Quinn is 40 years old right now and has not played in the league in probably like 10 years.
Bro, he played for the Ravens for 10 years.
Yeah. And then got shipped out.
Ever since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's played for 6 teams for 1 year. So 6 seasons on a different team. He played for the Jets for 2 seasons, and then, well, I guess then the Browns.
Well, he was on the couch there for a little bit.
Yeah. So between
Browns, Colts,
Jets and Browns, he earned. Yeah,
well, we have
Browns,
creepy
Colts.
photos saying Flacco made it through a season with the Colts. Should be fine durability wise. He the man, bro. Trev. He's a plug, and it's always be okay at least. Yeah. I mean, dude, Joe Flacco's career is great. Like going back to like 2012 season and seeing the guys that he has like outlived. It is
bro, drafted. What I mean, what Cam Newton was drafted? What
2011.
So drafted 3 years before him, and then when did Cam retire?
Like, I mean, is he even like?
Yeah,
2021.
Because he played with the Patriots, right? Cam Newton's 10 years older than us, by the way.
It's just crazy to think.
So 2021.
Yeah, so creepy photo says the Luck one is crazy. Yeah, and him being longer than Andrew. All right, so here's another one for you. Here we go. This is I went to 2015 starting quarterback.
Oh gosh.
So Joe Flacco was the starter for the Ravens. Tyrod Taylor was the first year starter for the Bills, which he's still plays today. Andy Dalton.
Yep.
Which is Andy Dalton a backup somewhere? Or
I'll have to look that up.
AJ McCarron came into injury for Josh McCown, Johnny Manziel. He's outlived Johnny Manziel in the NFL. Peyton Manning, Brock Osweiler. He's outlived
Andy Dalton is on the Panthers.
Okay. So he's outlived Brock Osweiler, though.
Yep.
Brian Hoyer.
Brock Osweiler got the Texans to the playoffs.
Yes. So Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett.
Oh, my gosh.
Andrew Luck, of course. Blake Bortles. He outlived Blake Bortles.
Oh, my gosh.
Alex Smith was with the Chiefs. Ryan Tannehill was with the Dolphins. Tom Brady with the Patriots. Ryan Fitzpatrick was with the Jets. Derek Carr. He outlived Derek Carr.
Oh, my gosh.
Big Ben. And then later was Landry Jones and Michael Vick that year. Phillip Rivers. Marcus Mariota, who is, of course, the backup for the Commies.
Yep.
Zach Mettenberger was also the Titans starter that year.
Oh, my gosh.
Carson Palmer's with the Cardinals, Matt Ryan with the Falcons, Cam Newton, that was his MVP season, Jay Cutler's with the Bears, Tony Romo, and then Brandon Weeden, Matt Castle, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is now a coach, a head coach in the NFL. Matthew Stafford, Lions. Packers was Aaron Rodgers, Teddy Bridgewater with the Vikings, Saints, Drew Brees, Giants, Eli. Eagles was Sam Bradford. He was your starter that year.
I remember that. That was torture.
Colin Kaepernick / Blaine Gabbert, Russell Wilson, Nick Foles / Case Keenum for the Rams, a rookie Jameis Winston with the Bucks, and Kirk Cousins. You like that? That's when he did the You Like That. Was 2015 was with the Redskins.
Dude, this is like blowing my mind. I feel like, so say we go with the year he won the Super Bowl, you would expect probably Stafford, Rodgers, and Andrew Luck, maybe Cam,
Wilson,
and Russell Wilson, yeah.
Oh, so, Robert Griffin too before he got injured.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So 6 guys, I would expect over Joe Flacco. And by the way, he is already 4 years into his career at the time that the second one that we did. He was almost in the NFL for 10 years on the one you just did.
Yeah.
He played for the Ravens for 10 years. You know how long ago that feels?
I know.
I mean, with Lamar being there for so long?
Kellen Moore's 37.
Bro, we've stumbled onto something insane.
We didn't expect. I should have made a graphic for Joe Flacco. Now that I didn't think about all that.
No, dude. Me neither.
And then it's just the guy is outlived in the NFL, like Andrew Luck. Him and Russell Wilson are going still at it.
Yeah.
Robert Griffin III, Cam Newton. It's just crazy. And now
Yeah.
he's going to be the star, and he's the
Blake-
starter this week for the Bengals.
Yes, and Blake Bortles is a play away from being
Yes.
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, very true. Blake Bortles, some would say they should have beat the Patriots. I didn't. The Patriots won that game fair and square. Of course, Tom Brady going to another Super Bowl. Shocker.
Right. Yeah. But, I mean, the narrative would be so different. That's kind of another thing. But, like, at one time, Blake Bortles was a viable Super Bowl going to the Super Bowl quarterback.
Yeah.
To almost beat the Patriots.
That year too, that was like the growth. Have you ever seen the graphic when they went into championship weekend? The NFL did the graphic for it was the Eagles and the Vikings played that year. So it was Nick Foles and Case Keenum on the graphic.
Yeah.
And then it was Blake Bortles and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like that was the final four quarterbacks was Nick Foles, Case Keenum, Blake Bortles, and then Tom Brady. And Tom did not win the Super Bowl that year.
I was just saying. And Nick Foles ended up winning the Super Bowl that year.
But it wasn't. I mean, if you go back. If Malcolm Butler plays in that Super Bowl, what happens?
Yeah.
That was famously the Super Bowl where he got benched, and nobody to this day knows why he got benched by Bill Belichick. And of course, Tom. I mean, if he wouldn't have been strip sacked, they may have went down and tied up the game by Brandon Graham. But yeah, I mean, that is just Joe Flacco. He's still in the league. He's outliving everybody in the league.
And I like the point you made. And starting. He's going to start.
He's a starter. Yeah, it's not like he's a backup just sitting there living his best life. No, he's a starter for the Bengals this week. They play the Packers. He has a chance to become the second person in NFL history to beat the same team twice that is not a division opponent.
Oh my gosh, man. And so in 2023 when he went to the Colts is when he got the comeback player of the year. That was almost 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, the guy, I mean, he's just a menace, dude, and he's outlived a bunch of quarterbacks. Who would have thought that he's outlived all those guys? It's crazy. I love ChatGPT to quickly be able to go through all that.
But, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that is just nuts how
I love that.
Is still just doing it. Now we move on to a young quarterback in his second season who showed some moxie.
Yes, he did.
The other night, leading his team in a victory, knocking off the Buffalo Bills. That would be the New England Patriots and Drake May. They beat them 23-20 in Buffalo, I will say, even though they have the white uniforms on in Buffalo. I want to say this is a picture for when he did the sideline throw to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
He also had to play where he stiff armed the defensive lineman and chucked it for 6-yard gain.
Yeah.
Drake May looked very good. The Patriots looked very good.
Yep.
Stephon Diggs looked very good, but this was kind of he wanted to prove a point to Buffalo. Yeah. And I will say the Bills were very sloppy. Turnovers, penalties. They looked a bit off. They didn't look like the Bills. But, hey, the Patriots came in and they beat them.
Yeah. I like every week, Drake May, I'm becoming more and more of a Drake May fan. It's got to be nice. I mean, having Stephon Diggs, I know that Diggs is probably maybe a little out of his prime. But, I mean, he's still a really good receiver. And then, I mean, it honestly made me feel better that, the Eagles lost, and then there was one undefeated team left, and then the Bills lost.
Now there's no one. There's no undefeated team.
That makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, the Patriots. This is a nasty, dangerous team. And you know what's funny? They kind of remind me of the Broncos, where they have a young quarterback. Yeah. Where they have a young quarterback, they have a decent receiving core, a decent defense. It's insane.
I wrote down Patriots playoffs maybe with just the way the AFC is kind of looking right now. The AFC is, I mean, all over the place. You have the Steelers who are kind of the leaders in the North. Nobody really expects.
But the North is terrible right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is they're terrible, but they're kind of the leader in it. You have the East with the Bills. You expect the Bills to be in it. The Patriots maybe. The South is the Jaguars and the Colts. They're just all over each other. And then the West, it's they're all kind of stumbling right now other than the Broncos. Yeah. So it's kind of wide open in the AFC.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs right now are in third in the AFC West.
Yeah, they're 2-3. So, yeah, I mean, the Patriots, look, Mike Vrabel's a very good football coach.
Yep.
And, they continue to show a lot. They spent some money on the defensive side of the ball. They're only going to get better. I don't think their schedule's too crazy because they were not very good. So their schedule is their schedule from last year. But to go into Buffalo and win that game is pretty big on Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not one of those games where you freak out for the Bills. It's just like, okay,
No.
but now it's like for the Bills, it's like, okay, but now there is kind of an opponent in your division when you
Yep.
maybe not have thought. They're
Yep.
probably a year earlier than everybody thought. But yeah, for them to go in and win that game, it was really big. The Patriots were able to run the ball, and the Bills they looked sloppy. They didn't play well, and it's just one of those games where they just got outplayed by the Patriots.
Yep. Yep.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Speaking of the Jaguars, there may be one running around in a village next to us, but they surely did stun the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Trevor Lawrence's late touchdown sealed the 31-28 win. One of the wackiest plays I've ever seen. He falls, he trips over his center, he gets back up, and he just stumbles into the end zone like a bowling ball. They just came out and they played. They punched him in the mouth. Yeah. They didn't stop fighting, and I would say the two players for the Chiefs that looked really well were Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and that was it.
Yep. Yeah, and there's not a great visual for when Trevor Lawrence is stumbling and running into the end zone. Chris Jones is basically just standing at the line of scrimmage.
He lost him. He said he didn't know where he was. How do you lose a 6'5" blonde-haired guy?
Or just do something. Just standing there is kind of crazy. But dude, I mean, I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he is a little underrated. I think he sneaks under the radar a little bit. I know he has some bad interceptions sometimes. But this is a dude who was the number one prospect coming out of high school.
Yeah, that's the thing. Out of college, it was like, too bad he's got to come back for 2 more years because he'd be the number one pick now in the draft.
Yep. And I mean, they won the Natty right?
Yeah, it's freshman. Yeah, that's when they destroyed Alabama that one year.
So I mean, and then I honestly think this is a really good fit for him right now. They got 2, I would say, of his best passes all season came in that drive.
Yeah, that one over the shoulder, he dropped that right in the bucket.
Yep, and then he threw a great pass to Brian Thomas Jr., who has been having drop issues this season. I know that very well because he's on one of my fantasy teams. But I mean, that's kind of what he got drafted on.
Yeah,
was his ability to win or go down. I mean, that's kind of how a quarterback can be good, but are they at that next level where they can get 2 minutes, 1 minute on the clock, they can march downfield, get you in field goal range, or score a touchdown to get you guys up. And I think that he stumbled, he fell. But at the end of the day, he ran to the end zone, scored a touchdown, and the Jaguars beat the Chiefs. So I really think right now, I think Trevor Lawrence is really underrated. You will get some bad interceptions from him, but I mean, there's a lot of great quarterbacks. Brett Favre being probably the most famous example of being a kind of a gunslinger and making crazy choices, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But Trevor Lawrence, I think, is an underrated quarterback. I think he's overall like a 79 on Madden, which just blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, so he does have 6 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Yeah. So that is, but I will say what's kind of changed his game a little bit is he's running the ball more, which is good and bad. You'd say with his injury history or whatever, but it feels like now he's just running when he needs to, and it kind of works. I mean, the other thing was that interception Patrick Mahomes had, 99-yard return.
That was crazy.
Devin Lloyd had for the Jaguars. That was maybe one of the worst throws I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes throw in his career.
That could be true.
It was just a bad read to throw that ball in there. But, I mean, yet again, to Patrick Mahomes' credit, if Hollywood Brown turns his head around on that last drive,
oh, my gosh,
catches that ball,
in the back of the helmet,
he probably scores a touchdown there.
Yeah.
Troy Aikman was like, they're playing too far back. So, yet again, Patrick Mahomes tries. The Chiefs, 2-3. I'm not going to say they're in trouble yet, but it just looks a little different. They were very sloppy. Penalties like crazy. Bunch of them on the kickoff and kickoff return. They just don't feel the same. They feel like they have a lot of internal problems to figure out. But, yeah, I mean, credits to Jaguars. Liam Cohen in his first year. The crazy Duval thing he had going on or whatever that was, creepiness. But look, they walk in there, game was at home, but they walked in, they won, they didn't stop. I think that's the biggest thing is they didn't quit.
Yeah.
And They got the job done over the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are now 2-3, and the Jaguars are 4-1, and tied with the Colts. And I want to say the Bills for the top of the AFC.
It's so crazy, dude.
Who would have ever thought? All right,
No
Eagles play tonight. What are you looking forward to?
one. So I'm not that worried about the Giants. This is definitely not a team you want to overlook because they can be sneaky like we saw against the Chargers. Chargers probably be at the time the hottest team in the NFL. Besides maybe that was after the Packers lost, so probably the Chargers were the hottest team in the NFL. They went down there and beat them. I think Eagles got put on notice a little bit last week, going against a pretty good Denver team. I don't think they're even Giants are close to the caliber of Denver, but this is definitely a young quarterback. I mean, they're hurt at receiver. I don't know. I like our odds, but definitely not someone we can overlook. This is a game where we just lost. We need to make a statement and go out there and handle business pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, so Eagles
They
are
get
7.5.
Saquon going.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the big thing. It's last week they tried to throw the ball too much. I think Jalen Hurts threw the ball over 30 times, which in critical moments, yes, he can make some throws, but to sit him back there and just have him throw all day, that's not your recipe for success.
No.
I think they're going to try and get the run game going. They're going to run the ball a lot more. And I think they're gonna be physical. I mean, I'm not expecting a blowout, but I'm expecting like hey, get right. We got to make a statement type of game. The Giants are not very good. You never really know with them, like you said. But yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those games where you're gonna come out, you're gonna run the ball, you're gonna set the tone there. The Broncos game was just they felt like I said, they felt like they were up 50 the entire game, and they weren't. And they just got caught on the back of their feet. I think losing kind of helps them try to figure things out. I will say they're breaking in a new offensive coordinator, so that's tough too. Trying to figure all that out, but no, I expect them to run the ball tonight. And
I think this would be Saquon's first big game in the season.
Yeah. I think it's also against the Giants. He also still has stuff to prove against them. So yeah, look, I think the Eagles win, but they are going to try and run the ball and not just sit back there and throw and go crazy. And I get the wide receivers are crying and not happy, but if you're winning, who cares?
Right. Yep. Yeah.
You're getting paid regardless. They all have big contracts, and you're winning potentially to win Super Bowls, more Super Bowls. Who cares?
I think this was at the end of the day last week's game plan was to appease AJ Brown.
Him and Devontae Smith. I mean, he had like 9 catches. I mean, look, that's not your recipe for success. That's not where it's there if you need it, but your recipe is run the ball, be physical, and get Saquon and Jalen Hurts going with their legs. Moving now to the MLB playoffs.
Oh, baseball.
We have one team that has moved on so far. That would be the Toronto Blue Jays. They eliminated the Yankees last night after winning 5-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is all I have to say. Guy's been on a tear.
Good.
The Blue Jays hopped out to a hot 2-0 series lead. The Yankees ended up winning Game 3. Could not get it done in Game 4. Aaron Judge, not the problem for the Yankees. Their roster construction's awful. That's what everybody's been talking about. Alex Rodriguez said that. Derek Jeter also said that Aaron Boone, their manager, doesn't make all the decisions, which is crazy. And that's got a lot of people being like, whoa, Derek. It's funny. A lot of people are like, oh, whatever A-Rod says about the Yankees, whatever. Derek Jeter said something about the Yankees. It's like, whoa. Whoa, this guy knows some stuff.
Yeah.
And he even on the thing, I watched the video. He was like, I don't have inside knowledge here, but I'm just saying, Aaron Boone is not necessarily a problem. Brian Cashman's been there for a long time. I think that's probably the next card for the Yankees is like, look, I think the one thing with the Yankees is like, yes, they go out and they spend a lot of money. They do this, but they've always been able to develop a core of guys at times. Of course, when they, won back in the 90s and 2000s is, they had the core 4. They have Aaron Judge, who they drafted and developed, but outside of that, the other guys they've drafted had not developed as well.
Yeah.
And then you add in, the free agency pieces or trade pieces that you bring in. It's supposed to connect all together. That's the difference with the Dodgers and the Yankees is the Yankees, they go out and spend just as much as Dodgers, but the Dodgers have also been able to build their core of guys up very, very well. and then add on to the free agent pieces. So the Yankees have to figure that out. Creepy Photo says the Yankees lose. Did you watch that video?
Oh, Vladdy when he was
Yeah, with
talking, he
Big
did the big
Poppy.
poppy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny because it is making fun of John Sterling, who called the Yankees baseball on the radio. Every time they'd win, he'd be like, "Oh, Yankees win!" Like he'd go nuts every time. So that's what they were making fun of,
Oh yeah.
which is funny. And then you had, of course, Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez
Yep.
standing right there, not
Yep.
liking any of it. It's pretty funny. Look, Vladdy is definitely New York's daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that guy was a tank.
Yeah. Vladdy's one of my favorite players to watch. He's awesome.
He's big too, dude. He's
Yeah, he's
like,
a big dude.
he's
What is he playing first now, or
yeah,
is
he
he?
plays first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came up as a third baseman,
That's what
and
I
then it
thought.
just
Yeah.
got to a point where, yeah, no, he is first baseman now. Yeah, I mean, he was dominant. The Blue Jays, I mean, they got a chance here. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be non massive market on the AL side for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Because now you look to the Tigers, they did force a game 5 versus the Mariners after their offense came alive, winning 9-3 yesterday. Game 5 is tomorrow at 8 on Fox. Screwball's going for the Tigers.
I'm excited for that game.
That'll be a very good game, very big game. You have the big dumper who's dumping home runs to guys on. He's like he's planting home, spotting them out there, giving them to the guys. Yeah, and then the Tigers. I mean, Tigers are a very good team. They needed their bats to get hot. Their bats finally got hot, so we'll see if that connects over. It's going to be a very good game 5. Chance to move on to the ALCS to face the Blue Jays. And then on the other side, Phillies and Dodgers are currently playing game 4 right now.
I forgot.
It's a 0-0 ball game. But the Phillies bats, they got hot last night, beating the Dodgers 8-2 to force this game 4, which is playing right now. Kyle Schwarber, 2 home runs. Ohtani last night was 0 for 5. I said it. I want to say I said it last week when we all talked or whatever. I said if the Phillies bats get hot, watch out. They did last night. We'll see if this continues. Look, I mean, the Dodgers their one weakness is their bullpen. If you can get past their starting, you could probably beat them with the bullpen. And when their offense isn't on, but you never know. As these series get on, you never really know.
Yeah.
And then also the Cubs, they beat the Brewers last night 4-3 to stay alive and force the game 4, which is tonight at 9:00 on TBS. The biggest thing with the Cubs is they got to get past the first inning with the Brewers. They can get past the first inning. It's a lot better. They did that last night. Bullpen played really well, pitched very well. And so it'd be interesting. But, yeah, I mean, you have 2 game 4s where it's kind of an uphill battle. And then you got the Blue Jays just sitting there with their feet kicked up, and then Tigers Mariners tomorrow.
Well, as I was getting my baseball situated on my phone here, Adam Schefter, Eagles defensive tackle Jalen Carter is inactive for tonight's game against the Giants.
Didn't want him to spit on somebody.
No, that's rough. But I don't think it changes a whole lot, but it's rough. But back to baseball, the Dodgers, man, if their bats are hot, they're as good as any team in the MLB. They pay for that. Sometimes they get it. Sometimes they don't. I know you said earlier you're not feeling great about the Cubbies, and you are a Cubs fan, correct?
Yes.
Couldn't remember if you're Tigers or Cubs fan.
No, Cubs fan.
And then Detroit, Screwball on the mound. I mean, probably one of, if not the best pitcher in baseball right now. Well, season wide, I guess.
Yeah.
Didn't finish as good as he started, but still very good. But yeah, I love the MLB playoffs because they don't mess around, dude. Bang, bang, bang.
Seriously. No,
series of 3 in the wild card. Dude, that thing's over in a weekend. Then we're into the next. We're into the divisional.
It's a month.
I love it.
It's unlike the NBA, which we talked about, which feels like it goes on for 3 months. This is 1 month. It's the month of October. You play, you get out. I know Screamin' A. I was listening to his show a little bit before Mad Dog came on this afternoon on my way home, and he was like, "I want 7-game series for the LDS." No, dude, I like the 5, man. We don't need 7. You can prove in 5 games who's the better team. That's why these people always ask, why do they do these 7-game series? Well, 1, they can because of the way that you're able to play the sport.
Yep.
And 2, it proves who the better team is overall. And you can do that in 5 games. You can do that in 3 games.
Yep.
I do like how they went away from the 1-game wild card. That was like fluky. You could never really know.
Yep.
Hey, 3 games, we'll give you, your whole entire team can kind of get a chance. You go to 5 games, perfect, then 7, and then 7 for the World Series. So, no, it's perfect. 1 month, they got it down in pat.
Well, just looking, like if we did the 1-game thing, Guardians won the first game, right?
Yeah.
And then Yankees won the first game, right?
No, Red Sox won the first game.
Red Sox won. Okay, so yeah, well, actually, no, that's perfect.
Those would be changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers and Cubs both won their first games.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, no, if you did 1 game in the wild card still, it'd be,
changing the playoffs up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I would say in the wild card at least, best teams made it out, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, the Red Sox were not a very good team.
Yeah.
Not at all to me. The Tigers were better than the Guardians. They just played bad down the stretch.
Yep.
The Dodgers are the Dodgers.
Yep.
Cubs and Padres, you could argue a little bit.
That's pretty close, yeah.
Padres on paper are a very good team, but the Cubs, the Cubs are very good too. It's just pitching situation they have to figure out. So that's what's going to be interesting. But yeah, I mean, look, it's high stakes. It gets to the point. I mean, these games are massive. And it's one of those things, it doesn't matter if it's a sweep or these games are game 4. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining to watch. As much as the analytics drive stuff, it's still a mental game of like, okay, when do I change my pitcher? When do I not change my pitcher? How do I do it? You're seeing a lot of defensive changes now. I think is more than what we've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Used to be sometimes they'd have the offensive outfielder and then they bring in the defensive outfielder.
Yep.
Now it's like they'll change every position around.
Yep.
The Blue Jays did it one of the games where it's like we're gonna take this guy out of third base and put this guy over at second. It was like the mental game of it, aspect of it is fun. And yeah, this round, if it goes all the game 5s, I think we'll be done Saturday.
Oh my gosh, that just makes me so happy.
So Saturday, October 11th would be game 5s for both Cubs, Brewers, Dodgers, Phillies, if necessary. And then Sunday, it gets right to the ALCS.
Oh my gosh, dude. NBA, take freaking note, dude. And also,
they need their chartered flights and their 12 days off.
I hate it so
much. But baseball, look, these baseball guys at this point too, they don't want a long playoffs either. They're like, we've already played 162 games.
Yep.
Let's get this month over and done with. Let's do it. Your body. And also, if you're going good, you want to play. And if you're playing bad, you also want to play to get out of the groove.
Yep.
To get out of the rut too. So, no, baseball's perfect. The playoffs have been fun so far. I will say, and I get it's Central Time that Jerry lives in, the Jerry world over there. For the Cubs playing at 9, it's 9 a.m. here, but 8 a.m. there. It's terrible. I think it's awful. The Cubs should have had the early game, and I get they had the early game yesterday. And then the Dodgers-Phillies was late, so they flip-flopped that. It's terrible. They should make exceptions for when like a West Coast team like the Dodgers is playing it. The Dodgers should not be playing at 3 in the afternoon.
That's brutal.
The Cubs, yes, they play give them the earlier 6 o'clock game, 5 o'clock game. But no, it's been fun. It's going to continue to be fun. And, hey, we're going to keep moving on. What will be nice is this round will be completely over when we talk Sunday, and we'll be moving into the championship series.
Yes, beautiful.
All right, now on to college football. This is why we're all here. Big week. It's actually a big weekend, I would say. I think this is week 7 in college football. Trevor, you weren't here Sunday. Jerry went 3-3 last week, and we went 2-4.
Rough day for the boys. But
we thought we were the smart guys, and we picked the wrong upset.
We did pick the wrong upset.
Picked the wrong Florida school.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Last weekend was a crazy day for college football.
Yeah, it was nuts. We when me and Jerry did the show, we had the other upsets, and then we had the 2 upsets.
Yeah.
So we had 4 upsets that we talked about, which was wacky and wild. Also, the preseason AP number 1 and 2 are now unranked.
Oh my gosh, that is
Texas and Penn State.
Okay, so I was gonna say this, and I'm glad I remembered. Dude, I called this like 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, maybe last Wednesday.
Review the tape. You have to go back and review the tape.
I put Penn State and Texas on blast for not beating anyone.
I do remember you talking about that, yes.
And now look at them. I said this, Caleb.
Well, Texas has a chance this week.
But you know what? I probably still, yeah, I still picked Texas to win. So I didn't really call it, but I brought it to everyone's mind.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good thought. It was a good thought. Um, so let's start with our first game here of the other games. We have 3 games. We'll dive a little bit deeper into. Number 6, Oklahoma, minus 1.5-point favorites versus Texas. This is the Red River rivalry, Red River showdown at the State Fair in Texas, the Cotton Bowl. It's 3:30 p.m. on ABC. This is usually a noon game, so it's really weird to see this game at 3:30.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's a really good defense going against Arch. Arch had to face a really good Florida defense last week. We'll see how this one goes. Jerry went with Oklahoma.
Is Mateer back yet? I don't know.
No, I believe Oklahoma will have their backup, which their backup put like 40-some points up.
Yeah, I am. Oh man, this is hard because I could totally see like Texas being like, but if Texas comes from the problem is that Florida team, we have done nothing but dog on Florida all season.
They have a good defense.
They have a good defense, and that can challenge. I'm going to go Oklahoma.
Going Oklahoma. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. If John Mateer was playing for Oklahoma, I'd go Oklahoma all day of the week. Hands up, down, sit down all day of the week. But I think this is actually going to be a lower scoring game.
Yep.
Texas defense, they did not look good last week, but they have talent, so they're trying to figure that out. I think Sark will slowly figure out this Arch thing, even though he's not playing great. I think he'll slowly figure it out. This just feels like everybody's hating on Texas. Everybody thinks they're terrible. They're not good. Arch shows flashes, so you know there's something there. He just hasn't put it together completely. Big game against your rival, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's kind of, man, they're feeling themselves. Okay, we got our backup in, but we're still a really good team. Now we got to face our big rival. I'm going to go with Texas in this game. I think it's close. I think it's nasty. And I think Texas figures out how to win it. I wouldn't be shocked if Oklahoma wins this game. Sark's not good in big games, but I just think with Oklahoma's backup being in,
yeah, I'm gonna stick to my guns here, but you're persuading me. I'm gonna stick to my guns.
I wouldn't listen to me after last week.
We do need maybe on the Sunday show. We need an overall picks record.
Yeah, I'll start writing that down and figuring that out. All right, here we go. Number 15, Michigan at USC. USC is a 2.5-point favorite. This game is 7:30 p.m. on NBC. Jerry went with Michigan to win this game. My big question is, can USC win the line of scrimmage?
I kind of said stuff about this too. Wasn't super impressed with USC against Michigan State. Obviously not super impressed. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like the Illinois game, that was a pretty good win for Illinois, more so than a terrible USC loss. But I think Michigan's good. I like what I saw last week. Michigan's a good team. I'm going to take Michigan in this one to beat USC.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan's good. The running backs are really good. They can move the line of scrimmage. They can control that. Still Bryce Underwood at quarterback. They have a freshman wide receiver who may be their number one now after last week. They kind of figured that out. USC, all you talk about is they're not physical. They can't win. They can't do this. And, every time they play a tough team, they cannot do well. They have Michigan this week, then they have Notre Dame next week. I think being at home, I think the trip from Michigan, you still have to remember that Bryce Underwood's still a freshman quarterback. Mayava, I think is his name, the quarterback for USC. I could be completely wrong. Lincoln Riley, I think they're going to cook something up, and I think USC is going to win this. I'm going against the grain. This is either going to be a really, really good week for me or a really, really bad week. I just think I don't think Michigan's ready yet. This really reminds me of when Michigan went out and played Washington last year. I picked Michigan to win, and Washington ended up winning. But I just think, I don't know. I just think USC's going to win this game, and then we're going to go to Notre Dame next week and be like, okay, what's the difference there? Can they do it again? But I don't know. I just think USC's going to win.
Oh, wouldn't that be amazing for us Notre Dame fans if USC lost to Michigan and Notre Dame beats? That's like our rivalry by proxy now.
Yeah,
when we were in Korea and like the U.S. Army was, and we picked South Korea, and then the Russians picked North Korea, and then basically we were fighting each other. That's how this is going to
I mean, if you want to put it into war terms, yes, that'd be.
go.
All right, moving on to the next one. Kansas at number 9, Texas Tech. Texas Tech's a 14.5-point favorite. This game's at 7:30 on Fox. All these games are like super late this week.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing.
7:30 on Fox. Jerry went with Texas Tech. My biggest question: can Texas Tech keep it up? I mean, this team spent a lot of money. Can they keep it going?
Yeah, I mean, the one time I went against Texas Tech bit me in the butt. Oh, every time since then, we've talked about Texas Tech. I picked them to win. I think Texas Tech is really good. I really like Texas Tech. They spent that money. They're getting, their money's worth here. I'm going to go with Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, I like Texas Tech as well in this game. I think it could be an interesting game, a fun game, one of those Big 12 crazy games. But I mean, Kansas has some firepower. Their quarterback's been there for like 15 years, it feels like. But Texas Tech, they're really good. They're on a collision course with some of the top teams down the road in the Big 12. They're still proving and they've played on some big stages, I would say, so far in the Big 12, and they've done very well. So yes, Texas Tech. This next game, the only reason I did this next game is just because of what the number on the spread is, was very interesting to me. Number 10, Georgia, 3.5-point favorite at Auburn, also at 7:30, but on ABC. Jerry went with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, this Auburn team, I don't think their win-losses do them justice. They've had a pretty rough schedule.
They've been in every game.
Yeah, exactly. They played some good teams. Oklahoma comes to mind. I can't remember who the other team was. We talked about it, but
Texas
anyway,
A&M.
Texas A&M. Yes, that's what it was. So like, Auburn cannot just be looked over here by Georgia. Georgia's got to play them tough. Auburn is a physical team. They play really well, and like you said, they're in all of these big tough games. If Georgia thinks they're going to roll in there and just roll over the Auburn, I don't think that's going to be good for them. There is a world where I could see another crazy upset happening here, but I don't think that's likely. I think Georgia's going to take them very seriously, and I think they're going to. I think they're going to win here. I think it could be a little bit more than we expect. Maybe like 10 to 14-point win here.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big rivalry. Georgia Auburn is a pretty big one. Auburn, yeah, they've been in every game. Hugh Freeze, I mean, he's worked really hard. They've tried everything they can. It's just they play in the SEC, which makes it tough. And there are some teams that are better than the SEC. Georgia, I think losing Alabama that really kind of shook them a little bit.
Yep.
Made them realize, hey, we have to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out. At Auburn, at night, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but I expect the Bulldogs to prevail. Yeah, I mean, look, Auburn's one of those teams that, I mean, yeah, they could mess up a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they could really mess up Georgia and give them their second loss. All right, back to the Big 12. Number 18, BYU is a 1.5-point favorite at Arizona, 8 p.m. on ESPN2. Jerry went with the BYU Cougars.
I am doing this out of pure spite. I hate their quarterback's number.
47.
So I'm going to go with Arizona purely based off of how much I want BYU to lose. And I want them to have to bench their quarterback. And they're going to put someone in there with a quarterback number.
Yeah, I actually don't think it's a bad pick. I looked at Arizona and said, not bad.
Well, and also I got kind of burned on my Kansas State-Arizona pick a couple weeks ago. And so I'm learning from that. Arizona is not something you want to look over.
No, they're a good team. Yeah, I mean, I think this will be a tough game. BYU's quarterback is a freshman. We have to remember that. Arizona's is like a junior or senior. Very good. It's at Arizona. I think this is one of those wacky games. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, something. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the wire. And I'm going to ride with BYU just because I like their coach. And I like the quarterback with number 47. I think it's different. Of course, BYU would have that. They do some different stuff up there.
Yeah.
But I think it comes down to it probably goes into overtime. That's kind of what like an overtime game where it's 54-54 going into overtime.
Well, the only way it could be more Big 12 is if it started at 10 p.m.
Well, this next game that we have on the Big 12 schedule here starts at 10:15. That would be the number 21 Arizona State Sun Devils at Utah. Utah's a 5.5-point favorites. 10:15 on ESPN. Jerry went with the Sun Devils.
This one's hard because not too long ago we were talking pretty highly of Utah. Oh man, Arizona State lost to Mississippi State like week 1, right?
It was like week 2, week 3.
Week
Yeah, it was
2,
early.
like something like that.
Everybody wrote them off. People wrote them off.
Yeah, I think this is I'm gonna do it. This is a Arizona State's proven themselves game. Give me Arizona State. Give me the Sun Devils.
You're gonna go Sun Devils.
Yep.
I am as well going with the Sun Devils. I've rode with the Sun Devils. It feels like every week we've had them on here. I pick them. Sam Levitt, the quarterback, former Michigan State guy. Of course, I'm going to ride with him.
Yep.
I like their coach. He's honest. After they lost to Mississippi State, he goes, "We could go 5-7."
Yep.
You just never know how the cookie crumbles. Utah, I will never bet with Utah ever again since the Texas Tech game.
Yep.
They screwed me. They played at home on that game. I don't care if they're playing 9 p.m. or 8 p.m., whatever, Mountain Western Standard Time or whatever it is. I don't care. I cannot ride with Utah again.
Nope.
I've watched it. I've seen it. This game's going to be close probably again, but I'm picking with Arizona State. Creepy photo here said he goes, "Give me USC and give me Auburn." He's taking Auburn.
That would be crazy.
If he's right come Sunday. All right, moving on to now the bigger matchups. This is the big noon kickoff game. Number 1, Ohio State at number 17, Illinois. Ohio State's a 14.5-point favorite, of course. Noon on Fox. Illinois, who knows? Jerry went with Ohio State.
Yeah, so I know I looked like a genius with the Illinois USC pick.
That was a couple weeks ago now. What have you done for me lately?
Went 2-4 and was wrong with you.
Yep, exactly.
So I think Illinois is probably as good as everyone thinks they are now. After their loss to Indiana, I was like, people are now Illinois is underrated because they got their butts whooped by Indiana. Now, I think they're the 17th best team in the country. That's where I would put them. And
number 1.
And they're playing number 1. I would take Ohio State, and I would even get around that spread. I like that.
Yeah, Ohio State's looked very well.
This is not gambling advice, by the way.
Of course, none of this is gambling. This is just us just talking out of the blue. We have no idea what we're talking about. Who do we know? I just got ink all over my fingers. Yeah, look, Ohio State's looked very well. Some would say they're looking better than last year's team that won the national title, which is terrifying if you think about it. Defense looks really good. Matt Patricia. Who won the Jim Knowles divorce? Ohio State or Penn State? I think Ohio State won that without a doubt.
Yeah.
Getting Matt Patricia, Pencil Man, to call their defense. He's done very well at that.
He also lost a bunch of weight. It's hard to recognize him sometimes.
Yeah, he looks healthy now. Yet again, Bill Belichick, who won the divorce between him and Bill Belichick? I think he's doing well. Yeah, I like Ohio State in this game. Illinois, they looked really good against USC after getting hammered by Indiana. Ohio State's just a really good football team.
Yeah.
And you just cannot sit here and tell me that they're not. Julian Sand, it doesn't matter who's quarterback because he's throwing to those weapons. It's the defense. Jed Fish, when they played Washington, Jed Fish is a really good offensive coach, one of the best in college football. And they made him – and Jed Fish was in the NFL, and Matt Patricia runs NFL defenses. And if anybody could have done anything against that defense of system, you would have thought it had been Jed Fish in Washington, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And Ohio State ended up prevailing. That was at Washington. This is a big rivalry. I think they play for a trophy. But I think Illinois, they had their moment against USC. They're going to come back down to reality playing the Ohio State Buckeyes on Fox. All right, this is the Gerald Hopkins Bowl. Here.
Who did he pick? Is he riding with the zoo?
I gotta break it down, then I'll tell you the pick.
Okay.
Number 8, Alabama at number 14, Missouri. Alabama's a 3.5-point favorite. The over/under is 51.5. This game is also at noon on ABC, which is 11 p.m. kick, a Central Time kick in Missouri. Jerry went with Mizzou.
Wow.
He rode with his school.
So I have really liked what Bama is doing ever since that Georgia win. I was very hesitant to pick them. I mean, I guess it goes before then, because Wisconsin. I mean, they did what they needed to do against Wisconsin. They beat Georgia. They handled Vanderbilt pretty well, which is the 20th ranked team in the country. Um, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna have to roll Tide roll here.
Yeah. So here's the thing with me and Mizzou. I know a lot of Mizzou grads.
I
Jerry,
know
his
one.
girlfriend. Jerry, his girlfriend, another friend of mine is a Mizzou grad. I know a couple others. Mizzou people are all around. And I've always been like, oh, let me bet Mizzou. It's always going to work out for me. It always goes well. I'll bet Mizzou. I'll bet the Tigers, because I know those people. And I always get burned. And they always kill me. They always murder me. And it's never even close. And they always lose every time I bet them. So I'm going to go with Alabama as well.
Are you doing that for Jerry's sanity?
No, I'm just doing that because I've been burned too many times betting Mizzou.
Yeah, so if you bet for Mizzou, would that mean they're destined to get massacred? So you're doing kindness to Jerry.
Probably. Yeah, I'm kindness, but I'm also thinking logically to get
that's fair.
my winning percentage back up.
Yeah.
I do like Mizzou. Eli Drinkwitz, good coach. I really like him. Bo Prabula, their quarterback, crazy. Penn State, how's that going for you? The Hardy kid at running back, he has like the most rushing yards in the country. He's really good there. Alabama showed that they can stop the run against Georgia, which was a big part for them. I just think Mizzou, they're undefeated. Alabama is not. Mizzou's a really good football team. They could probably win 10 games.
I don't hate them being in the college football playoffs.
Well, we got to see how the season goes. But if they win 10 games, yeah, they're in the playoff. Yeah. But I just think Alabama, they figured themselves out. They know themselves very well. They're getting better each week. And Kalen DeBoer is just slowly creeping along. Ty Simpson's playing very, very well.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I just think they're going to kind of get to Mizzou a little bit. I expect the game to be close and kind of like what it was last week with Vanderbilt for Alabama. It's kind of close by halftime, and then I expect them to kind of pull away and win it. I cannot ride with Mizzou. They've burned me too many times. Too many times. Now, would I love to see Jerry if Mizzou were to win on Sunday to see his reaction? Yes, of course.
That'd be awesome.
But my brain is telling me to roll with the Crimson Tide in Alabama. And now on to our last game, Big Ten game. Of course, we're the voices of the Big Ten. We leave Jerry and his SEC nonsense out the door on these Wednesdays. It doesn't mean any bit more in the South than it means in the Big Ten anymore because we have all the money and they don't.
Yeah.
Number 7, Indiana. At number 3, Oregon. Oregon is a 7.5-point favorite. Over-under set 55.5. This game is at 3:30 on CBS. Can Indiana do it? Can Indiana be the number 1 team in the country after this weekend? Jerry went with Indiana, I will say.
No way.
Jerry went with Indiana. Let me triple check the text. But he went with Indiana. That's what I have written down. Jerry said IU. He said, give me IU.
Dude. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. Penn State and Oregon, they went the distance.
It's at Penn State.
Yeah, it was at Penn State. It was a little whiteout situation. They went the distance. And then Penn State looked terrible against UCLA.
Terrible.
That was one of the most – I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. A team that was – what was the highest Penn State was ranked?
2, preseason 2.
Yep. So they went from 2 to losing to an 0-4 team. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. Oregon was hanging around. It was at Penn State. Indiana is they showed they got a good offense.
Defense had like 9 sacks against Illinois.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with Dan Lanning here. I don't like the spread though. I think it'll be closer. But I'm gonna go with Dan Lanning and Dante Moore, I'm gonna roll with those. I'm gonna roll with the Oregon Ducks.
This game feels a lot like Indiana versus Ohio State last year,
Yeah.
where we're like, oh, is Indiana for real? They're going to this opponent that we know for sure who they are. We know a proven product. Oregon is a proven product under Dan Lanning. They're a very good football team. And Indiana, while I think they're better this year than they were last year, their quarterback's 1,000 times better. Fernando
Yep.
Mendoza. I'm not a Kurt Signetti guy.
No, you are not.
I could not care for that guy at all. I don't. I think Indiana gets a little exposed this weekend. Not saying Indiana's a bad football team and that they still can't make the playoff. I just think they get exposed this week by Oregon. Oregon's a very good team, really good defensively. Dante Moore at quarterback. They have weapons, being able to run the ball. They're physical. What's nice about Oregon and Dan Lanning's line of scrimmage, he really focused on line of scrimmage and defense. When you think of Oregon in the past, you think super fast, all that. They can do all that, but they're physical and they have great defense. Picking Oregon to win. I just think Oregon's a really good football team. I don't think Indiana's up to their count. If this is at home, maybe a big difference for Indiana. Yeah. But they're at Oregon. That's tough.
They're in the pond.
It's a very tough place to play. It's a very loud stadium. Kurt Signetti's a good coach, but I do not like him. Could care less for the man. I think Dan Lanning and the Ducks get it done against the Hoosiers.
I
just think it's one of those. Just one of those weekends.
I do too.
So you and Jerry went with Oklahoma. I went with Texas. You and Jerry went with Michigan. I went with USC. We all went Texas Tech. We all went Georgia. Me and Jerry went BYU. You went Arizona. We all went Arizona State. We all went Ohio State. Me and you went Alabama. Jerry went with Mizzou. Of course, he's going to stick up for his team, even if he's delusional sometimes. And then Jerry went with IU. We went with Oregon.
So this is like the opposite of last week or last Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean last week was funky.
It was funky.
It was not particularly well. Let me see if I can't kind of figure out. All right, this is kind of, I can tell you the last 2 weeks as of right now, what I have in my notes.
Okay.
Jerry went 3-3. And we went 2-4. The week before that, you and Jerry went 6-2, and I went 4-4.
So I'm sitting at like 6-6. No,
over the last 2 weeks.
No, yeah. 8-6 maybe.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 8-6.
Yeah, 8-6. Jerry is 9-5, and I would be 6-8. The last 2 weeks, it's terrible.
Well, this is bound to change some things up here.
So 9-5 for Jerry.
Yeah, and I'm 8-6. You're 6-8. This is, unbelievable.
Yeah, something's got to give here. We got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah. This show. And even better news, we have a Caleb Steensma special on Sunday.
Let's calm down.
Sunday's show. The man's gonna turn 26 years
I'm old. Yeah, you could have went without the age. That'd have been great.
I'm not too far behind you, pal.
I am old. That is a fact. It will be a birthday episode.
How can we twist it up?
I don't know.
I was thinking, not necessarily not for your birthday, but I was thinking something. Maybe about halfway through the college season and the NFL season, we could do like our reward show for the halfway through.
Yeah, we could do that.
So like maybe give the Heisman.
Yeah.
And then, towards the end of the season, we can reevaluate and then do it again, who we think is going to win the Heisman. Or then same thing for NFL MVP. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we can do that. We can definitely do that.
We still got a couple of weeks though.
Yep. I was also thinking in 2 weeks, so it'd be after the Notre Dame USC game. I would ask Sabrina if she'd come on.
Perfect.
again. We can kind of diagnose Notre Dame at their halfway point, kind of, because there'll be a bye week after that for them. So I'm thinking about that. I do like we could compare who we thought was going to win the awards at the beginning of the year and who we think is going to win halfway, and then see if we're right there.
Yep.
It's kind of like that second chance bracket you get in March Madness.
Yeah. Do you remember who mine was?
For Heisman?
Yep.
You were Cade Klubnik guy.
I was the big Cade Klubnik guy.
You were. It looks bad. I'm still riding Jeremiah Love. I don't know if we've talked about this or not, but like every year that there's like a 5 at the end of the year, a running back has won the Heisman.
Yeah, you did bring that up when we talked about this. Yeah, and he was the highest running back.
And I believe Jeremiah Love is just getting started. I think he's gonna have a big game this week. I'll be there to watch it, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will be fun. So yeah, I mean we'll have some other wrinkles coming in the next couple of weeks as the season progresses. You got to change up. You got to stay on your feet. I do like that. And anything else?
Go Eagles.
I was riding the Eagles tonight. He says they're going to blow out the Giants. They're going to embarrass them. They're going to make them cry on their own home turf. And yeah, I mean that's your words, not mine. It's basically what you said. You said Saquon's going to have a big game. This is his coming out party.
I did say that.
Everything up. Dodgers, Phillies, bottom of the fifth. It's 0-0 still. So
we love baseball.
Nobody scored yet. Pitchers battle.
Yes.
We'll be back Sunday. Whole gang will be here. We'll all three be back. Be riding big time. Cannot wait for that. And as always, thanks for watching.
I stole Jerry's thing.